Hello guys, NautoAis here. So just like on my short, this is going to be the video about my Amiibo get of, surprisingly, the second half of Tears of the Kingdom Amiibo, and this Amiibo, Donkey Kong and Tulin from Donkey Kong Bananza. So I'm going to talk about what happened. First of all, this one, I got a certificate for $10 off, decided to use it, so it became $20, took that L, I said that's fine. So I got this one, and I have to admit, pretty good for the Amiibo sculpture, so props to Nintendo. Very animated, and like I said in the Donkey Kong video, that in my opinion, it was a good move for them to redesign Donkey Kong. Look at this one, it's very expressionist, not like the rare one, like sort of stiff, but it is what it is there. For the Amiibo, pretty good what it looks like. And as for I got it, you can get it easily. What do you think? Why? Because it's $30. I got a $10 certificate, so it made it $20. But not only that is this. Finally, the second half, and had something to do with $5 off at my local Best Buy. Decided to go back, it was still $5 off, and I got the final two because I also have, remember my previous Amiibo get, this two. So now I got a whole four of them. And for the Street Fighter one, they're $34 because they are a bit big, but to some extent, I hate to go here. To some extent, that they're expensive, in my opinion. They're expensive. That's the reason why my local Best Buy is probably dropping $5 off, because nobody's buying them. And I can tell you that they have 3 different sections full of those Amiibo because they're too high. Again, I don't know why. Maybe it is a tariff. You know, the people above, they think they're doing something right, but not gonna touch that. Or for a cow, just saying, say, look, you know, people like Amiibo, there's a lot of content unlocked behind a paid season pass, like I said before, because you can use it for multiple games. Or it's like a good way to make money. I don't know. Furukawa is mostly a business-centric than Iwata. And I did talk about it before that because to some extent, selling it for $13, they're not really making a lot of money. That's why they raised it to $16. And it was a bit better, but a lot of time people said that due to the production of the Amiibo. Again, it depends. I'll talk about it later. They're still probably making barely returns, so they say, you know, we're gonna raise the price because Mio and Noah was $40, so $20 each. Again, it is what it is. And for some of them, Ganondorf was $20 because it's big. Zelda and Loftwing because it's 2 figure in 1. I don't know. So as of right now, they're easy to get. And in the long run, hopefully there might be some sale again, and maybe if I save enough money, I'm probably gonna get the Street Fighter one, including the Street Fighter cards. Because as of right now, not a lot of people are interested with it. I don't blame them. Go figure, especially if you're an Amiibo fan. But the Street Fighter one, you only lock it for your Avatar fighter, so more clothes for Johnny Avatar. And like I said, if you saw my extended channel, I have a lot of Street Fighter 6 World Tour video for the PS5. Just saying there, it's my preferred console to get my trophies. So for the Switch 2, it's gonna be Nintendo games and boost mode, but it is what it is there. So again, so now, normally I already talk about how did I get some Amiibo, my experience. There is no experience to some extent, easy to get. If you have any discount, certificate or whatever, if you wanna get them under the MSRP price, go for it. But like I said, they are expensive. A lot of people are seeing it. Whether you're an Amiibo fan or casual, everyone's in agreement with it. So with that said also, again, let's go back first. With this one, is it worth $30? In my opinion, it is a heavy Amiibo, but no. 24 I would settle because again, you got 2 for the price of one Amiibo figure on the stand. You got the new Donkey Kong, Pauline, and again, if you want to know what's her deal, there are spoilers already, not gonna touch it. I heard about it to some extent, but it's kind of weird, but you know, it is what it is there. So for this one, maybe $24, but you got 2 figures to some extent. And it is heavy. It is heavy there. And then maybe for Yunobo, it's a bigger figure, maybe again, 24. I mean, they're probably trying to do a variable pricing rather than a fixed rate because again, when Amiibo was released, they were in a fixed rate. All Amiibo costs $13 no matter what with the production. It doesn't work. Again, Iwata did explain that with Lucina and Robin from the Smash Brothers series. They did say that the production for those are more expensive than, say, Kirby, because it's just a pink ball. Lucina and Robin, there's a lot of detail, and that's the reason, and that's what they're thinking, maybe doing a variable pricing. So like for this one, it should be at least top $20 to compromise both business and consumer. 16 people already saying that's too much, but I can understand in the perspective of somebody who collects figures or toy action figurines, statue, whatever. There are a lot of work and research to do it. Same thing with this one. It's not just a pink ball, so there's a lot of design there with Sidon. And the same goes with, let me just grab this, Riju. Same thing. Look at the quality, look at the accessory, the parts, the color. Again, yeah. Tops $20, $24 if it's very, very detailed or heavy. But for $30, no, I don't think so. That's way expensive. Especially with the Street Fighter one. Yes, they are bigger, but $40 for that? Yeah, kiss my ass. Because if you didn't know, this is not the only for the Zelda Tears of the Kingdom figure. Remember, they also announced the 5th one, the Guardian. Spoiler, it's supposed to be the sister of the King of Hyrule, the first King of Hyrule, and that giant robot. Man, it's been so, I forgot the name of the character, sorry. They're gonna do a figure of that one, and I'm gonna assume it's gonna be bigger, because the Guardian was $20, that Amiibo figure. And it has sort of moving parts, believe it or not, you know, the hands, sort of like one of those bendy things, so kind of like Matt Cardona's bendy figure. So there's like bendy feature in that one, doesn't really do squat, but it's just funny. It's a heavy figure, and it's $20. Detective Pikachu, that's a kaiju size, $30. I get it, fine, it is big. Why is it big? That is just weird, but whatever. So how much is it going to be for this one? Is it going to be $40? If it's $40, I don't know. If it's $30, okay, maybe I get it because it's a bit bigger, but $40, oh heck no. $24. That's probably cutting it, so that's kind of like too generous. $30, maybe $34, no, I don't know, but if you're saying $40, no. So in my opinion, Amiibo at least should be, and I know people are not going to agree with this, it should be at least for the standard size, fixed rate price, $20, that's it. I mean, it would be nice lower, but they did say that they're not making a lot of money. So it's sort of a compromise that if you want Nintendo to make more Amiibo, $20 probably for the standard, dual figure to some extent in one Amiibo stand, $24, two figures, yeah, $30 to $40 again. But again, you have two figures, kind of like I said from Xenoblade Chronicles, Mio and Noah. They're very detailed. They're just not one pink ball colored, so kind of makes sense. $20 each. And yeah, maybe they should do a 3-pack, not at this rate, because remember, they don't sell much, believe it or not. Even so, they were kind of, you save some. The problem is the general consumer don't buy 3-pack because they're too expensive. So why waste resource for the packaging? You can just buy them separately, maybe a la carte. Not a lot of people don't like that if you're gonna buy all of them because you're sick in the head like I am. But it is what it is. Again, it's a compromise for them to do more Amiibo. There you go. So my experience, nah, it's just you can get them easily now because they're high. Again, I don't know the reason. Tariff, maybe they just want more money. Maybe it is just more resource, inflation, whatever. It is what it is. But in my opinion, should be always the standard Amiibo, at least $20. Again, it's a compromise. Two figure in an Amiibo stand, $24. Something bigger, $30. Double, I'm gonna say between $30 to $40. Depends on the resource they use. That's what I'm gonna say. So there you go. Yes, it's not really much of a Amiibo get. It's more of what is the future of Amiibo and what price, in my opinion, it should be. And this is the right price in my opinion. So there you go. So anyway, with that, I'll see you guys later.